Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Let us generate bullish and bearish trade setups for weekly income trade and monthly income trade in this video. And also an announcement, please. If this is your first visit to our channel, please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All the training videos I kept in a playlist supply demand zone price action course in our YouTube channel. I also provided a link to this playlist in this YouTube video description. By clicking the link, you can directly get into this page. If you scroll down to this page, starting from lesson 1.1, all the lessons are available in an order. Even the upcoming lessons also will be placed in this playlist. So please go through all these lessons one by one and strengthen our skills related to supply demand zone price action. I'm also providing the link to our Telegram channel in this YouTube video description. Please join in the Telegram channel so that before releasing each video, you will get an update in the Telegram channel. So please make use of this opportunity. Now let us get into report generation for bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly income trade and weekly income trade. So first, let us generate a bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. In monthly income trade, the lower time frame is daily, so that's why the entry time frame is daily, and the entry zone should be demand zone because we are going to take our trades on the demand zone. Because we want to generate bullish or bearish trade setup in daily time frame, I am selecting bullish. Now let me filter. See, all these are all bullish trade setup related stocks. The list is a big list. Because the list is big, I will keep on scrolling down. I'll be giving you only few seconds time. So whichever the stock you want to refer there, you please pause the video and then you can proceed further. See, 101 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. But is it possible for us to analyze all these 101 stocks? It is not possible. That's why we need to reduce this list as much as possible by using some filters. The first filter I am going to use, let us look for fresh zones. The test count should be 0. In this column, the test count. That means we are looking for fresh zones. Let us see how many stocks are currently supporting fresh zones. So let me go back. So here we have a parameter called test count. See the last parameter in this space? The test count. Which time frame we are filtering? Daily, because the LTF time frame is daily. So I am setting the minimum value as 0 and the maximum value as 0. So the test count 0, 0 gives fresh zones. So now let me filter. Now the list is reduced, but still it is a big list. Let me scroll down. See, in the demand zones, all the demand zones are having 0 count for the column test. But there could be few stocks are having rejection count. Rejection count also includes test count, but if a zone is having more rejection count, probably there is a huge order flow might be there. That is an indication. So that's why I did not set rejection count as 0. Even though the zone is not fresh, still we don't want to lose an opportunity in that zone because the rejection count always indicates a strong order flow. You should not forget that point. But anyway, let me scroll down. Now from 101, the number is reduced to 56. Out of 101 zones, only 56 zones are having fresh zones. That is what listed here. But still 56 is a big number for us to analyze all these stocks. Now, I want to further filter by using the column reward. I want a minimum of 5% reward. That means the distance between demand zone and supply zone should be a minimum of 5%. If supply zone is not there, the distance between demand zone and all-time high should be 5%. So for that, we have a column range, D to D range, distal line to distal line. This is the one, minimum range percent. So which time frame? Daily time frame is our LTF. Between LTF demand zone and LTF supply zone, 5% should be there. So I am setting the value 5. Now let us see how many stocks are having a minimum of, this is see here, this is not the maximum. This is a minimum of 5%, reward should be there. Now all these stocks are having minimum of 5%. Now the list is further reduced. So now from 53 stocks, the list is reduced to 35 stocks. So it's a good choice for us. But can we further filter? Yes, it is possible. This time, let us filter based on the stocks near to the demand zone. Because if the stocks are near to the demand zone, we have higher chances of getting an entry. So that is the reason why there is a parameter called maximum price percent to reach the zone. See the last parameter in this space. Maximum price percent to reach the zone. That means between the zone and the current level, what should be your maximum level? So let us filter based on 1%. That means 1 indicates within 1% level to the demand zone, how many stocks currently closed? No stocks are there. Near to 1% level to the demand zone, currently no stocks are there. So for that I am going back. Let me increase 1% to 2%. That means from the demand zone, within the 2% range, how many stocks are there? Only one stock is there. Voltas. Currently within 2% range to the demand zone. Already Voltas is tested because the rejection count is showing 1. But still why we are using rejection, this rejection count indicates this demand zone is having a very strong order flow, this demand zone. Currently it is moving towards the resistance supply zone, the high liquidity zone. But anyway, we are looking for bullish trade setup. Our entry should be on the demand zone. Okay, fine. Can we find more stocks? Yes, you can find more stocks if you increase the percentage, a minimum percentage to reach the zone. Currently 2% we have filtered. Let us see within 3% how many stocks we can identify. Now 2 more stocks are added, Tata Motors and HR Motors. These 2 stocks are within 3% range. Voltas is within 2% range. Now let us see some more stocks whether we can identify by increasing 4%. So changing 3% to 4%. Let us see the number of the stocks. Now 5 stocks, 2 more stocks are added. UBL is added and Godrej CP is also added. Now we'll see the last report, maximum 5% level. Let us don't go beyond 5%. So I'm increasing to 5%. 7 stocks. Let's go beyond that because within a day, see, we are looking for some trades, a possibility of getting a trade tomorrow. So falling beyond 5% is not practical. It might happen, but not practical. Why I am saying not practical? Because these are also currently bullish trade setup related stocks. Strong buy orders will be currently supporting these stocks. So that is the reason why let us limit to 5%. Not only that reason, we also limited our reward also to a minimum of 5%. So beyond the reward, let us don't search. So these stocks you analyze, and if you get an entry one of these stocks, that will be a good entry for you in your tomorrow's date. But remember, this is monthly income trade, bullish trade setup. Now let us filter the stocks for monthly income trade, bearish trade setup. So entry time frame is daily. Entry zone should be supply zone because we are looking for bearish trade setup. Entry zone should be supply zone. And in bullish or bearish trade setup in daily time frame, this time I am selecting bearish. Earlier we selected bullish. Now we are selecting bearish. Let us filter. Currently no bearish trade setup stocks are available in either the 17 indices and all the stocks listed in F&O, equity stocks listed in F&O segment area. I think there are around 183 stocks are there. In none of these stocks or indices, we haven't find any bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. One reason is majority of the stocks in F&O segment are mostly at all-time high. That could be one reason. Anyway, now let's go back and generate bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Earlier we selected monthly income trade, now weekly income trade. In weekly income trade, the LTF zone is 75 minutes. So entry zone is 75 minutes. And this is a WIT, weekly income trade, bullish trade setup. Entry zone is a demand zone. And in bullish or bearish trade setup, this time I am selecting the time frame as 75 minutes. And there we are selecting bullish. Because currently Nifty is at all-time high. Majority of the stocks are at all-time high and so currently supporting bullish. See, we got a very big list. Let me scroll down. Don't forget to pause the video when you want to refer a specific stock. So 77 stocks are there currently without filters, but supporting currently bullish trade setup. Now let us add additional filters to reduce this list. So let me go back. The first filter we are going to add, we are looking for test count should be 0, fresh zones. So that's why we are selecting the parameter test count. See the last parameter in this space, the test count. Now we have to look into 75 minutes because our LTF zone is 75 minutes. The demand zone should have a test count 0, 0, minimum 0, maximum 0. Now let us filter. Now the list is reduced. Scroll down. Now the list is reduced to 33 from 77. Still 33 is a big number. So for that we will add one more filter, reward. For reward, at least because this is the WIT trade. Because it is WIT trade, let us look for a minimum 3% reward. So let me go back. Reward means D to D range. The minimum range, the last parameter, minimum range is a D to D range. So 75 minutes, I am selecting from 75 minutes demand zone to 75 minutes supply zone. A minimum 3% reward should be there. If there is no supply zone, if it is an all-time high demand zone, there won't be any supply zone. If that is the case, from all-time demand zone to all-time high, a minimum 3% should be there. Such kind of stocks only I want. So now the list is reduced to 13. Now it is easy for you to analyze these 13 stocks. All these are all having a test count 0 and also a minimum of 3% reward is there. I think this now easily you can look into this list and look into the reward. Most all these stocks are having above 3% reward. So select some stocks. In case from this 13 you want to know which stocks are very near to the demand zone, let us add that filter also. So minimum price percent to reach the zone in 75 minutes. Let us check from 1 to 3% we can check out of these 13 stocks. No stocks are near 1% to 75 minutes demand zone. Now we will increase to 2%. At least 2% near to the demand zone. How many stocks? These 4 stocks are there. Out of 13, these 4 stocks are near 2% to the demand zone. If the price fall 2%, prices will enter into this zone, we get an entry. And we will see the last one in this option. A maximum price percent, we will see 3%. Within 3% near to the demand zone. Let us filter. Now still, that means all these 5 stocks are within 2%. Within 3% also the same 5 stocks. So focus on these stocks. Probably one of these stocks you may get an entry. Now let us look into the last report, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Because it is bearish trade setup for weekly, our entry time frame should be 75 minutes. This time entry zone should be supply zone, bearish trade setup. And in bullish or bearish trade setup parameter, in 75 minutes, let us select bearish. Let us check any stocks. Yes, there are 10 stocks are filtered. Currently, these 10 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Now we will look for fresh zones from these 13 stocks. So let me go down. In the test count in 75 minutes time frame, I am setting 00 test count. Now these 9 stocks are having fresh supply zones. The supply zones are fresh. But some stocks are having rejection count because we didn't filter rejection. If rejection count is there, always it is a clue. It is a price action clue. Rejection is always a price action clue, indicates some strong order flow is there in that zone. Okay, now let us see a minimum of 3% from this reward from these stocks. They are easily visible to you because the list is very numbered, but let us filter. At least we want only the stocks having minimum 3% reward. So 75 minutes D2D range, I am setting the value 3. These 3 stocks are having minimum 3%. Now you can analyze these stocks. If any of these stocks get an entry, you can plan a trade. So this is about bullish and bearish trade setup for monthly income trade and weekly income trade. I hope this information is useful to you for planning your WIT and MIT trades, that is the swing trades or positional trades. So let us all meet again in our next video. Thank you.